Welcome, race fans. IWCR Truck Series tonight at Dover for 125 laps. They have the Chevys and the Toyotas out here, so we will be watching these guys turn here some laps. I got to welcome into the booth here my good buddy Rick Springer. Are you there, Rick?
10-4, I'm here.
Roger that. Ready to see a good race here, I think, tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good one. We got a lot of times that are pretty even in this session.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm hoping, anyhow. Dover, one of them tracks. You know, it's what's the name of it? Track.
The Monster Mile.
The Monster Mile. That's right. That's right. I'm thinking of the other one. Was the Darlington's the track too tough to tame?
Yep.
That's what I've been thinking of. All right. Well, thanks for straightening me out on that, Rick.
Yep.
Good luck tonight, Rudy.
Hey, Roger. What's going on, buddy?
Job by to tell you good luck.
Oh, okay.
I'm fixing to go watch me a movie, go to bed.
Roger that.
You guys have a good race tonight.
Okay. Catch you later.
Check it out tomorrow.
All right.
Peace out.
I didn't see Smallwood in the session yet.
Word is he's out of town. He's on vacation.
Aw, man.
Something. Apparently, from what I heard, he's in Tennessee. Oh, wow. That would have been cool to know that he was in Tennessee. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know where, but...
Alrighty, Rudy, I'll be right back with you.
Yes, sir.
I'm back.
Damn, four. Mike Vining, last night's Gen 6 Series race winner right there at Kentucky. That was a pretty awesome race to see Mike Vining bring it to victory lane last night.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there to help you out, Rudy, or even watch the broadcast, but I had some things caught up, so I couldn't.
It's all good. Four and a half minutes till qualifying, folks. They have a 10-minute qualifying session, so we'll stay with them through that. Boy, pretty tight up there in that top three, ain't it?
Yeah, really tight. Just like we've seen all season, these guys are just so close with the times and even so close in the races that makes out for better racing than the Gen 6 series.
Okay, 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to qualifying. Thirty seconds. Clicking down here pretty quick. We might have about 16 or 17 trucks out there tonight. So, all right, Rick, we're going to step away, play the national anthem. We'll be right back.
10-4.
All right, Rick, we're back.
Alrighty.
Tom's Keen on the top spot. He was one of the fastest. Well, I think he was the fastest in practice. John Berga right there, close to him. We don't have a lot of qualifiers out there just yet.
Yeah, usually most of the guys in this truck series like to go out a little bit later in the qualifying, see what everybody else has.
Yeah, a little bit of a mind game there. Mike Vining, last night's winner in the Gen 6 series, coming in third. Oh, Michael Gonzalez topping that, putting him back to fourth. So what do you think of that, Rick? Three Chevys there, the top three, beating out the Toyotas.
Well, I've heard from a couple people that the Chevys are a lot better on shorter tracks. The Toyotas have a lot better long straightaway speed, but they're not really as good in the cornering. That's what I've heard from some people. I haven't got the chance to try them both out to back that up.
Well, they're supposed to be identical, but you never know. I often wondered about that myself. I mean, how do you make them to where I know it's just actually a body difference is all it is, but for a sim race, I mean, so how do they actually make them identical? Is there an advantage one maker over the other one? I don't know. Still waiting to see if anybody else is going to qualify. I think we're going to have about either 16 or 17 drivers out there on the track tonight. So hopefully that'll keep a pretty good field here, and we won't have very many cautions.
Yeah, and these guys in the trucks, they're really good drivers. We even with a full field of trucks, we don't have a lot of cautions. So with not a lot, we should barely have any cautions at all.
Beaver Man in chat. That's funny. Yeah, still waiting on. There's a few guys that I really thought would qualify. Galen Gidman, possibly, and Charles Grant laid down a pretty good time there. And Craig Hawkins, kind of surprised Craig did not qualify. Johnny Reed Foley, Scott Hunsinger, Matt Cucker, Marty Sponsler. Wow, a lot of non-qualifiers. Mark
A lot of these
Russell.
guys might just wanna start at the back. They might not have a lot of practice here.
Right. Mark Russell finally making it in there, though. how much time we got left in qualifying.
Probably about another 2 or 3 minutes.
Admin's running over the last minute rule. Anything that may change, not sure. I doubt it. Probably the same rules. Just making sure everybody is aware of them. I don't think there's anybody new in there, although they did get a few guys, Mark Russell and Scott Russell, that joined them. Marty Sponsler back in here, so got a few new guys. Just kind of reminding them of the rules. And Galen Gidman did put the first Toyota there in the top three, coming in third, 36 one-thousandths of a second off of Thomas Keene. There you go, Charles. Must be, is that Charles's dad in chat there? Chuck? So we'll find out. Ah, it is. Yeah, cool. That's always cool when you watch one of your kids race, or your kids can watch you race, whatever. Okay, let's get down here on the grid. These guys all get lined up. We'll run down through the qualifying order. Thomas Keene with the pole, John Verga on the outside, but congratulations to Thomas for grabbing that pole with a 24.068. Third place, Galen Gidman. Michael Gonzalez starting beside him in the fourth place. Mike Vining starting fifth. Calvin Troy sixth. Nathan Sedlick seventh. Charles Grant Jr. in eighth. Barry Jacobs Jr. in ninth. Randall Drake 10th. Johnny Reed Foley, first one to not qualify, in 11th. Matt Cucker in 12th. Marty Sponsler 13th. Scott Hunsinger 14th. Mark Russell 15th. Nick Hunt 16th. Scott A. Russell 19th, and Craig Hawkins 20th. Okay, so I guess we did get a couple in there that, okay, but we're good. All right.
Just having some technical difficulties. I'll be in the race shortly.
10-4.
come back in.
Well, that's pretty cool, Chuck. Charles's dad's going to be joining racing too. So that's pretty awesome. Well, we're getting ready to kick them off here. Once you get them going, Rick.
You're going to have to, Rudy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, Keenan Verga on the front row. Let's see when they're going to get going here. Pace car's about to come on the pit road. Let's see if Thomas takes right off on the pace car or if he waits a second. Pace car in. Keen on the loud pedal. And boy, look at right there, Gidman just pushing him down that straightaway. They get a jump on John Verga. Pretty good jump, actually. Verga back to the third place. Gonzalez in fourth. And guys weaving around here trying to find their niche on the track. Calvin Troy, fifth place. Mike Vining, sixth place. Nathan Sedlick, seventh. And we've got some side-by-side going on back here. Foley right behind. A good battle between Charles Grant Jr. and Barry Jacobs Jr. Looks like Barry Jacobs going to take over that position from Charles. And now the inside, Johnny Reed Foley's sticking his nose in there.
Yeah, and it looks like the inside's going to be the line to run all night now. I don't see the outside line really coming in this race. Maybe the middle lane might, but that lower line really looking strong, and a lot of passes are going to be made on the low line this race.
Marty Sponsler taking a look now, and he makes that pass look pretty easy as he gets by Barry Jacobs, or I'm sorry, Charles Grant, and follows Johnny Reed Foley. Barry Jacobs to the inside of Mike Vining.
Yeah, it looks like Mike might have done something with his setup after qualifying there, because he is just going downhill, losing a ton of positions off the start here.
It just seems like you get caught up on that high side, you can't get down on that low side, and you really got to lift off the throttle a lot to come off the turns. Charles Grant to the inside of him. And we got a brand new leader. Oh, heck. The leader, excuse me. Galen Gidman. He's led all the laps. Keen, he didn't even get to lead the first lap. Man, sorry about that, Galen.
Yeah, Galen's been really good in these truck series, and I'm looking for him. You know, I've been looking for him to win a lot of these races, and he's really impressed me since the start of the season.
Gidman out of shape right there coming out of turn 2. Keen now up on the high side, going to still fall in behind Gidman, but Gidman's going to have to be really careful with coming off them turns like that now that he slid just a little bit. That opened up the bottom right now, and Keen going to slip in there and take that position away from him. And he does. Keen let Galen get up there, lead some laps. Now Keen going to lead this lap. Seems like he's hooked up pretty well. John Verga in third, Gonzalez fourth. Quite a ways back to Calvin Troy, and even further to Nathan Sedlick. Back in the field here a little further, Mike Vining now back to 11th. And I noticed Mark Russell not driving the farm truck tonight.
Yeah, sadly not. And as we're talking about him, looks like Scott Hunsinger might try. Oh nope, he's gonna back off his bumper. Looked like he was gonna try something going down in turn 1 there.
But a few guys way off the pace back here. Nick Hunt, 9.5 seconds back. Just going to look and see. He started 16th, and now he's back in 17th. Randall Drake started 10th, and he's back in 16th. Keene still up front, trying to hold off Galen Gidman.
No problems.
Oh no.
I'll be back momentarily.
Okay. Foley into 6th. Marty Sponsler 7th. Moving up. He started 13th place, moving into 7th. Barry Jacobs 8th place, Charles Grant in 9th. A little slip coming off of turn 2. Seems like turn 2's where everybody's been slipping a little, so we will keep an eye on that. Gidman still on the tail of, well, he is blinking like crazy there. Gidman to the inside, took a look like he was going to pass, but no chance that time. The Arrow truck, straight as an arrow right now, he's moving. Berga still in 3rd. And looking back from him, he's got Gonzalez behind him. And a long ways back behind Gonzalez is Johnny Reed Foley. Running about a half a second behind him. It's got to be further than that. About a second and a half, excuse me, behind Gonzalez. Ooh, I heard somebody get into the wall. Sometimes you hear these guys tap the wall, but they're really not, you know, they may just use it as a kind of a crutch coming out of the turn, so to speak. And it does help them turn a little bit better. Charles Grant, 6th place, or 8th place, excuse me, moving up. Just about right back where he started from. Looking at the weather for tonight. 78-degree air temperature, 103 degrees track temperature, 55% humidity, partly cloudy skies. 1.019 miles here at Dover. Back up here to the leader, as these guys have pulled away 2.6 seconds away from Michael Gonzalez now in 3rd as he gets around John Berga. Foley all over. Oh no, there's a caution. Let's go back and see what happened here, because it looked like, I'm not really going to say for sure, it almost looked like Foley may have got into the back of Berga.
I don't know. To me, Rudy, it looked like he might have just slid or something going down the front stretch and just kind of came down a little bit as Foley was coming up.
Foley kind of went under. Oh, Foley was underneath him right there, and Berga kind of wiggled a little, maybe. Let's see. Let's go watch this from Berga's truck. No, Berga didn't wiggle. Foley actually did. and caught the back end of Virga's truck, and that brings out caution number 1 here tonight, folks.
Yeah, and it looks like Thomas Keene going to bring him down pit road. And I just heard from a couple people that, a couple of our cameramen out there, and they're saying that Thomas Keene might have scraped the wall. So when you were talking about someone hitting the wall, I think it might have been Thomas Keene.
Oh, okay. All right, Mike Vining staying out. He will lead that lap. Foley's staying out, but he is smoking pretty bad. Everybody comes to a stop. I'm sure it's going to be a 4-tire change. Hunsinger driving through did not stop.
Might have missed his pit box with all these pit boxes and all these trucks. It's very easy to do so.
Looks like Keene's going to beat Gidman off of pit road. Yes, he does. So Mike Vining will be our new leader. And Foley, with that smoking problem, could be detrimental to him finishing this race if he doesn't go down pit road and get that looked at. It looks like he is going to now. Mike Vining going to come down pit road too. Well, that's going to leave Scott Hunsinger, our new leader. Well, I'd say we would talk to somebody, but Gidman, I don't know, Gidman. What happened to Galen? Did he blink out?
Might have.
I think he did. He may be gone.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, man. Well, the way he was blinking there, Rick, you know, it's hard to say. He could be having internet problems.
I don't know. I think it might have been something with the server, because I've been having some problems up, and here we go again.
Oh no. And Hunsinger comes down pit road, so that gives the lead back to Thomas Keene. Hunsinger stayed out there long enough to lead a lap, get the bonus point. And it looks like the lights are out. We're going to be going green next time.
Alrighty, Rudy, and I think I'll turn it over to you. I'm having some problems here, so I will see you the next time.
Okay, buddy.
And, make sure to help you out next time.
All right, buddy. Dang, I hate losing my co-commentator, but when you have issues, internet problems or whatever, the issue may be, yep. Thank you, Rick. I appreciate the help, though. Good commentator. Fine young man right there. Okay, we're going back green, folks. Hey, Johnny Reed Foley.
What's up, Rudy?
Are you, oh, you're sitting on pit road, huh?
I am done for tonight, boys.
Oh, man.
Here I come help broadcast a race for the rest of the night.
There you go. Pace car's in. And Keene on the loud pedal. Gonzalez right there in second. Marty Sponsler. Wow, look at Marty Sponsler. He has come from the back of the field and marched straight to the front.
Marty's got a good truck out there, that's for sure. Oh, he just slapped the wall. That's not going to help it any.
Nope. Calvin Troy wants to take advantage of that, but he's got a nose under him. Let's see if Marty can hold him off. He's a little loose coming out of the turns. Got to wait for a little heat to build up in them tires.
Yeah, this is the track where you can really make the outside work, and you see it here as the 33's pulling back on the outside of him. A great battle for third place right there, Rudy.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm right on that, man. I don't want to leave that. Looks like Marty's going to finally concede to it, and into the wall again he goes and can't get off of that wall. That is so hard to get off of that wall. He's going to go.
And once you hit it once, it's just a repeating thing. It's just hard to keep it off of the wall.
Like a magnet.
It is. You do a little bit of damage, it tightens the truck, and then at a track like this, it's so line sensitive. The setup has to be just the right balance. If you throw that balance off a little bit, it can ruin your race really quick. I honestly had Marty as about the only contender left to compete with Thomas Keene at the moment.
Well, I think we've got some pretty good ones out there. Mark Russell, Nathan Sedlick, these guys.
Monster's in the wall again.
Oh no.
Now he's coming down pit road, it looks like. He's on the bottom here in turn 3. He's on the apron.
Yep. He's going to have that looked at. Doggone. Tough night for Marty Sponsler. Keene with
had a good truck.
Keene with a 1.1 second lead over Michael Gonzalez.
You have to admire Thomas Keene, how far he's come. You know, a guy first started racing not that long ago, and now he's gotten just really, really talented, and got the right people around him, and it shows every single time he gets on the track.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, he hangs out with a lot of young fellas there that are all of them are pretty talented. I mean, Michael Gonzalez, Calvin Troy, them guys right up with them. Michael Libby usually in there, but apparently Michael didn't make it here tonight. Daniel Smallwood, another fan favorite. And apparently Daniel's on vacation in Tennessee, Johnny.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool, you know.
Wish I'd have known that.
Well, that's pretty neat, man, you know. A good battle shaping up right now for third place. Got Mark Russell and Charles Grant, and they're trying to get around Calvin Troy. Calvin just doesn't seem to quite have as much speed as the other two in front of him. And here you can see, looks like Mark's making a run to the inside. He peeks down there, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make the run into turn 1. It's a nice little 4-car race.
Yes, it is. It's as Keene's getting away, Gonzalez is getting away, and these guys, the more they battle here behind Calvin Troy, it just seems like he's kind of holding them up for right now.
Yeah, at the moment, it seems like the 2-car and the 52 have some speed. Here's the 2. He's got the look to the inside, and this time the 49 can't get in front of him. That's going to put them side by side as they come down the back straightaway. See, though, that 49, he's fighting. He's trying to pull him. It's not going to work, though. 2's going to clear him, and here comes Charles to the inside now, trying to take over the 4th position.
Boy, he loses 3 spots right there in 1 lap.
Man, that was not good. Right there, that's how quick it can change at Dover. It's almost like just a bigger version of Bristol.
Yes, sir. Scott Russell, the next one coming up on Calvin Troy. That's Mark Russell's brother.
Yeah, Scott's coming up there. Calvin's going to have to get it together and get it up under him. You know, you can lose a lot of positions really quick here, as right now I'm going back up front. You can see Thomas Keene. He's continuing to increase that gap little by little, despite the right side damage that he put on when he pancaked the wall earlier.
Yeah, he's definitely fast here, fastest in practice. And, man, just really laying it out there. I think he was our pole setter, too. Yes. Definitely the speed shows here tonight. And I was talking to him before the race. He said that that was Michael Libby's set. Well, kind of half and half. Michael Libby's setup and a setup they used last season. So, they made a few tweaks on it and made it work. And here he is out here doing a good job.
Good stuff, I'm sitting here looking back now at this pack you have. It's just a good little group of cars from about 3rd back to 8th. Scott Hunsinger is about to overtake the 7th position. Scott's going to pass the other Scott, and he'll slip on by him. That puts Scott Hunsinger up into the 7th position, moves Scott A. Russell back to 8th, and we're on lap 37 out of 100 and I want to say 120 lap race, 125 lap race.
125. Yep.
125. So we're a long way from home still.
Oh yeah, Mike Vining, last night's winner in the Gen 6 series, running in 9th. Started 5th, kind of slipped back a little bit, but it looks like he may be having some issues as he lets, well, that was a lap down truck there. It went by him, Marty Sponsler. Mike just not ready to race him up. Last night I talked to him before the race, and he said he really didn't have a good feel for the track, didn't have much seat time, wasn't happy with the car. It seemed really tight to him, and he wound up bringing it into victory lane. That's wow. What can I say?
Crazy last night. You know, Michael survived the battle of attrition and then was the best of the rest, and held off some pretty good drivers to win it. So he's got a lot to be proud of.
Definitely. Well, let's see, looking here, I'm trying to look for a good battle here. Scott Hunsinger.
Everyone's pretty well spread out right now, you know.
Yes, sir.
There's no side-by-side racing. 17 and the 9 have the closest to each other. That's the battle for 10th place.
Boy, and I hear Craig Hawkins' truck jumping right there when he was went into the turn, or excuse me, out of the turn into the straightaway. That little bunny hop that the trucks take.
Oh yeah.
I know you know what I mean, and man, you can hear the engine rev a little bit because the back end kind of lifts off the ground and he loses traction there for a minute. So it just kind of shows you just how on the edge these guys run.
Yep. Hey, we got a pass for 5th. Well, I'm sorry, for 6th place. Here's Calvin Troy, and he just blocked Hunsinger. Hunsinger had a good angle into the corner, and Calvin shut the door in his face.
Oh,
now, as they come up off the corner, here they're going to be side by side going off into one. Calvin can't shut the door this time on Hunsinger. He's there to take over the 6th position.
Now, he's making him work for it, I can tell you that. Hunsinger probably not too happy about that block, but Calvin Troy's not going to just pull over and let him have it. He's going to make him earn it.
Troy's fighting back on the outside, but he's going to have to get over quick. Just like that, now you know Marty Sponsor, who's, got his damage fixed. He's coming up a couple laps down now, I believe. 2 laps down. You couldn't make that back up here should you get a couple cautions, and Sponsor could get back into this race.
Definitely. But yeah, that's some good racing right there. Calvin Troy, Scott Russell now in a battle. Let's see if Calvin kind of puts the old block to. I'm sorry, that's not them. That is Marty Sponsler.
That's right. Yeah, he's 2 laps down and he's pressuring the 49. I think if the 49 had a spotter, he'd tell him let that 33 go. He's a little bit faster, got fresh tires, even though he's a lap down.
Charles Grant in 4th place. There's another one that's come up through the field a little way. Started 8th, now running in 4th.
Gonzalez is just about half a tenth off of Keynes in the battle for the lead, although he's only 3 seconds back. You think if they get a short run, Gonzalez might have something for that Ford truck, but we'll have to see. With them being teammates, you have to wonder what they might have up their sleeve.
Yeah, definitely.
Right now, the fastest truck on track, though, is easily the 2 truck of Mark Russell. Charles Grant's also still running 24.8s, but that's almost 0.2 a lap quicker than Thomas Keene at the moment. So that's really intriguing me, honestly.
Yeah, he's hanging right there with Gonzalez right now, and I think he's just kind of biding his time right now to see what Gonzalez can do. And he's been chipping away at him a little bit. He's probably going to get a little bit closer and wait for the mistake. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's just going to sit there and wait for Gonzalez to either run out of tires or make a mistake, and Mark Russell's going to capitalize on that. So we'll see when that takes place. But I noticed Mark's just a little loose coming off the turns too.
This is a hard track to really get traction and make that speed.
Yeah, there's a certain line that you've got to hit every time, and if you miss that line, it upsets that truck so bad that you're all over the place. Well, we're creeping up on the halfway mark already there, Johnny, and I'll tell you what, man, these guys have been doing a great job. One caution in the race, that's all it was. And, man, this has been great racing.
Yeah, you know, we've only had the little miscommunication between me and Virga. Other than that, been some good racing. Here's the 2. He's finally making a move. He got right up on the back of that 75. You can almost see the air push the nose of that truck, and it just caused him to get tight. But the 2 is driving in harder. 75 is getting the run off, and you could see it every time they come around the corner. In order for Mark to make this pass, the 75 is going to need to make some sort of a mistake. You see the 2, he drives in so deep and then picks up the gas, but the 75 kind of diamonds it, gets that run off. And that's really probably the reason the 2 is faster, because he's able to roll the bottom. But being able to roll the bottom doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easier to pass. You can see that's why he's struggling to get around him and move into the second position.
Yeah, that's some good racing right there. In the meantime, the leader getting away, he's out there 3.1 seconds.
I just noticed old Mark Russell has the MaxSpeedTV logo there on the back of the truck.
Oh, yeah?
It's on the spoiler. You can see it in the TV channels.
I guess I didn't even notice it.
Well, we got loose there. That almost was really bad news for the 2 truck.
Okay, I'm not seeing it. I wonder if, maybe let me refresh Trading Paints one more time here, because he did kind of come in.
It's on the front part of the spoiler.
Yeah, he come in late, so I may not have picked his paint up. Just waiting to see. Yeah, I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, there we go. See, that wasn't even the paint that I had. He's driving the old farm truck tonight. He painted it a little bit different color, though.
Looks like an old farm truck.
Yep. That's what he calls it. He said he dug it
I'll
out
tell
of...
you what, here's something to note. The 4 truck is now slower than both the 75 and the 2.
Mm-hmm.
They have cut 2/10 off of his lead now.
Yep. They're closing up on him. So I think Thomas is, I think he's burning stuff up right now.
That lap, they cut 2 whole tenths off again. Thomas with a 2:28. 25. He is in Michael Gonzalez is the fastest truck on track. The only one still in the 24-second bracket. Maybe a little motivation having that 2 truck in his rearview mirror, Rudy.
That could be. Yeah, he's pulled away a half a second ahead of Mark Russell now. Mark in that old farm truck. I was going to get down here a little closer so everybody could see it. He did paint it a different color, but it looks like the old farm Chevrolet, you know, that you'd kind of see on somebody's farm, you know. That's why he calls it the farm truck.
Yep. Had some stuff change in the back. I'm looking. Calvin Troy's lost a couple spots and fell back. He's 13 seconds behind the leader. Nathan Sadlack, he's running up on Scott Hunsinger right now in a battle for what would be the 5th position. Hunsinger moved up into 5th, passing Calvin Troy a while back. So these guys are all right here, a little bit twice the distance behind the leader as Michael. Michael has now cut Thomas Keene's lead down to 2.5. Remind you, that was 3.3 seconds just 5 laps ago, Rudy.
I know it. This is crazy.
Is Michael Gonzalez saving the tires to make a run? This would be extremely impressive of the young man in the truck.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, this is and that's what it's going to take out there, saving your tires. You know, I mean, as fast as Thomas Keene pulled away from the field, that's great, okay? But you're also out there burning your tires up while everybody else is just taking it just a tick easier and saving their tires.
You know, and here's the thing. The 75 is going to get the advantage of all these lap cars letting him go. Right now, if you're the 04 and you see it here as Thomas Keene goes around him, you don't want to get passed by that leader. You don't end up a lap down. So they're sitting there, and that is holding Thomas up. And this lap traffic, Thomas is not working it very well at all. You see he ran a 24.5 as opposed to his teammate, a 25.1. That lead is now down to 2.0 from 3.5 in 11 laps time.
That's amazing. And next lap, we are at the halfway mark. Excuse me, halfway through the race already, man.
Yeah, and Thomas has gotten around the lap traffic, and his lap times have not improved. He just lost another 2/10 and is now down to 1.8. Michael Gonzalez is driving that truck to the front. The thing about it that's interesting, you talked about that too. Notice he is staying right with that 75. It's honestly as if Thomas Keene is just put it into conservation mode, or he has completely burnt his stuff up, because he is losing lap times to everyone in the top 5.
Yeah, definitely. Charles Grant still in 4th, about 4.6 seconds back. Hunsinger not far behind him in 5th place, and Nathan Sedley.
Yeah.
Now way
Still
back,
watching the gap between the leaders. Thomas Keene at 25.5, and meanwhile Michael Gonzalez at 25.2. Rudy, it's down to 1.3 seconds.
it's getting down there. Now
As long as
Gonzalez.
this thing continues to run the way it's going, I cannot wait to see green flag pit stops.
Gonzalez inside of the 04. Nick Hunt there to put him a lap down, and so Mark Russell follows right along with him.
Yeah, the lap down car just gets out of the way for those because he knows already he's a lap down. There's no sense in him fighting the 75. The 4 doesn't get that same benefit, and that's the reason that the 4 is sitting here suffering from lap times. And he may have actually stressed the tires while passing lap traffic. One thing about it is for sure, he is losing significant time. Although Michael Gonzalez's lap times are slowly falling off, he's still managing at least a 10th a lap faster, and it is now under 1 second to the leader.
Man, look at this. I'm riding along with Michael Gonzalez right now, and he's sniffing the draft there just a little bit. What little bit of draft he can catch
now, you
off
just
of
have to be careful and hope the 75, if he really wants to be fast, he can't overdrive it, because he's going to start entering the corner a little bit quicker from the draft. You got to continue to hit your marks, keep that stuff in mind. Look at this truck just roll, though. He gets such a good run off. He's got this straight drive, and you can literally visually see him closing in.
Yes,
Watch
he
him
can.
go off into turn 1 here. And he just rolls it up to the top of the track, then he slams on the gas, comes straight line off, and puts that 4 right back in his sights.
Boy, he does have a good line, don't he?
He does. It's such a great line. Look at him take it here in 3 and 4. He arcs it down, gets that run straight off. He's in the gas, and that's where he's catching the 4 car the most. Coming off turn 4, it is like the 4 isn't on the gas and the 75 is. And look at him drive up on him going into turn 1.
0.3 of a second between them two. This is turning into an awesome race up here in the front.
It really is. It's not over till it's over. You're looking at the 75. Oh, there Keene touches the apron, and here Gonzalez runs right up on him. Will the 4 car fight his teammate, or is he going to let him go?
This is pretty awesome racing. Man, I'm telling you.
That shows the teammates can be a great help, but honestly, it's about the driver. 75 saved his tires. The 4 ran out there. Kind of the young bull, old bull theory, if you remember it. And now we've got 3 cars under a blanket for the lead.
Oh, Gonzalez to the inside. I don't think Keene's just going to give it to him, but he did.
Keene gives it to him, tries to pull even with the 2, and looks like Gonzalez is going to drive off. Oh, wow, what a race.
I'm telling you, that young man right there is on a rail right now. Mark Russell follows in behind him.
Russell got by now. Oh, Russell really got tight there and almost lost his truck.
Keene back to 4th. Michael Gonzalez leads his first lap of the race, so he'll get a bonus point. But Keene has led 62 laps now. Nobody can top that.
It would be extremely difficult. I don't think anyone other than Galen Gibman could have topped it, and he's out of the race early, so it looks like that's for sure. He'll secure those bonus points. Meanwhile, Michael is just hauling away with it, man. It looks like Mark may have something for him, but Thomas Keene might be looking into coming to pit road here sometime soon.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be a bad idea. I think all of them are going to be welcoming new tires. We've got a few of them on pit road now. It looks like Mike Vining on pit road.
Mike being smart, get down here, get the tires now while it's still fresh. You're going to go a couple laps down. Might as well take a swing at it.
Well, pit road looks a lot better tonight than it did last night, Foley, because last night pit road looked like a junkyard.
You know, it really did. It was rough, much to my own fault because of that last night. Oh, Hunsinger just gave the 4 a shot. Hunsinger just gave the 22. Oh, my God.
Oh.
We got a lot of problems going on here as the 4's trying to get hit road, and
Yep.
the 22 almost spun him out 3 or 4 times. That was...
And Keene down pit road. Somebody else coming down pit road, too. It looks like Calvin Troy on pit road.
Hunsinger just smacked ball really hard, but like you said, here comes Keene. He's on pit road. Calvin Troy. We should watch Thomas Keene here.
Yep.
Now the question is, when will the other leaders be coming in?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be long because once he gets to pit road and gets them 4 fresh tires, he's going to be fast again. So and
and if I would want to get to road, get those fresh ones. Right now, Thomas Keene is going to get the benefit of not only having fresh tires, but if he gets out on those fresh tires for enough laps to make up time he lost, that's going to allow him to get leapfrog them in the pit cycle. They'll have fresher tires, but they'll have to pass him, and Thomas Keene will have clean sailing.
Well, now if Keene can get out ahead of the leader here, it looks like he may.
Keene really shaky there on the exit of the road. He saved it. That was almost bad.
He stays down low and lets the leader go by. That's pretty respectful. Mark Russell still hanging on to second. Keene drives right back on by Gonzalez, though. And let's see, Thomas Keene will be back in 8th place, 2 laps down. Wow. Scott Russell on pit road.
This is great.
4-tire change for Scott Russell. Nathan Sedlick on pit road. So we're seeing the guys come to pit road now, and everybody going to be taking 4 tires and fuel. Randall Drake up to 3rd place.
We got a battle for the lead. Mark Russell is all over Michael Gonzalez right now.
He was right there on his tail, but he was loose coming off the turns. And, you know, I haven't seen Gonzalez do very much wiggling coming off the turns. So maybe Mark Russell's in school right now learning Michael Gonzalez's line, you know.
Maybe. All I know right now is Thomas Keene has passed the 75, and he's coming out of turn 4 as they're going into turn 3. So those fresh tires are just... oh, they're pulling away so much. And the thing about it is these guys are going to get fresh tires at some point, but how much space, how much are you going to let that 4 truck get away from you?
Right. See,
Every lap that... this is going to be a great tell. The 2 is coming to pit road. The 2 is coming to pit road.
Yep, Mark Russell on pit road.
2 got a much better entry to pit road than the 4 did. Gotta watch your speed.
That's what, 35 miles an hour down pit road?
It is the most impossible thing for a driver to do is keep 35 going down this pit road. Crawling to his box, he comes in. Could be a 4-tire change. Maybe the 75 is thinking taking 2 tires. Here he comes now. Gonzalez is on pit road.
He is. We're trying to watch Mark Russell here. We'll get to Michael here in just a minute.
All right, Mark is leaving pit road.
Yes, sir.
Looking for the Thomas Keene machine. It's coming off in 4 right now. This actually is going to be a lot closer than I thought. Thomas Keene around, and there you see the difference in between them. The 4 is coming off of turn 2. Mark Russell comes off. A very slow exit for Mark Russell. And Thomas Keene is now going to cross the start-finish line with a significant lead in this race.
Well, Randall Drake's still out there, but he is not. He pitted earlier, so he's kind of on a different pit sequence. But he stays out of the way. Keene going to get by him, but Keene technically is still a lap down.
That's right. That is just the thing that's Keene back on the lead lap. Gonzalez now off pit road. He comes out behind the 2 car, so the 2 moved into second position during pit stops. Now it's really going to come down to how many laps are left and how much faster are the tires on the 2 and the 75 than those on the 4 truck.
Yeah, Keene, he is second, just ahead of the leader, Nathan Sedlick, in third, which Nathan pitted a little bit earlier. Mark Russell in fourth, and Michael Gonzalez fifth.
When this cycles through, you're going to have Thomas Keene as your leader, and then you're going to have Mark Russell in second place, as I do believe.
I think Nathan Sedlick will be. Nathan's already been on pit road. He was on pit road a little while ago.
Well, Thomas is ahead of him, so if that's the case, then it would be Thomas, then Nathan. What a pit stop by Nathan, then. He might have taken 2 tires. Either way, you gotta love seeing Nathan run so well.
No, he took 4.
He took 4?
Yep.
Wow. Then that is just the best pit entry-exit combination.
Well,
Randall Drake must have something up his sleeve.
14.1 second pit stop. Clearly the almost the fastest pit time out there. The fastest was Charles Grant with a 14-second flat. Keene had a 14.5. Mark Russell had a 14.6. Michael Gonzalez had a 14.6. So just that half a second means a lot on the track.
It does, especially here. Now we can see some numbers. Looks like Thomas Keene is going to be leading this race by about 3-4 seconds. So 2.5 seconds over Nathan Sedlak. We'll see if that gap closes. Scott Drake still has to come to pit road, and we haven't seen him come down yet. He's continuing to turn laps. You have to wonder if the 9 truck thinks he can make it on fuel or has a plan to take 2 tires. It's really hard to say.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to try it on. Well, he is coming down to close to the end here, so you just never know. 2 tires, I don't know. How do you think it would roll out there with 2 fresh tires on it?
2 tires, you'd have to make a lot of changes. Last night, I proved that. You take 2 tires. I had a tight truck, and 2 tires made it loose, and we only had, 8-9 laps on those tires, so...
Yeah. Well, it really wouldn't benefit him too awful much. Maybe a little bit for track position, but he's still going to, no matter what, he's still going to go a lap down when he pits, whether he takes 2 tires or 4.
In my humble opinion, I believe the 9 is trying to boost the stats and lead the laps.
But he, with Keene only 18.5 seconds behind Randall Drake now, he's chopping away at that time, big time now with them new tires.
Yeah, and right now, there's Nathan gets moved out of the way by the 2. 2's going to pass him. Here comes the 75. He's going to pass him and slip the 35 truck. He just lost 2 spots, goes from 2nd to 4th in terms of where they'd be running if Drake had pitted. It actually slots him back to 5th position. Now it'll be interesting. There's a 3-second gap between Mark Russell and Thomas Keene, and that's the number we really should be watching, because that's going to determine what's going to happen between them right now.
Yep. We're just waiting for Randall Drake to come down pit road. Charles Grant,
that's right.
He is 6th place, 1 lap down, which it's so easy to get a lap down here and very hard to make up, but he is going to be back on the lead lap right now as he passes up the leader. As I just said that it was hard to get that lap back, he just drove by the leader and got it back.
Well, it's easy to get the lap back when the leader's got so much older tires. Honestly, Scott's looking at losing the lead to pit stops to the guys who've already did so. That lead was chopped off by 3/10 by Mark Russell that lap there, Rudy.
Yeah.
So we will have a race here before this is over.
Hunsinger back on the lead lap.
There you go.
So we've got guys
Here
getting
comes.
back on the lead lap. The longer Randall stays out there.
Marty Sponsler's going to probably go back to being 2 laps down here. This hurt Sponsler's efforts to get back on the lead lap, though, now because he's a long way from a lucky dog.
Yeah. Well, he'll still be 2 laps down, though.
Well, we got trouble. He saved it. Craig Hawkins was running the back of by the 29, knocked sideways, and manages to save it.
The only one that has not been on pit road is Randall Drake. Still waiting for him to come down pit road, but I'll tell you what, it ain't going to be long if they keep going the way it's going.
No.
Thomas Keene, 14.5 seconds behind Randall now. He has really cut that time down.
Yeah, and the number, though, that's really intriguing me is it's now down to 2.5. Mark Russell in 3 laps knocked off half a second. So Mark Russell is coming.
Well, don't forget about Gonzalez, because them two battled it up for the longest time.
Gonzalez is in tow, and you're watching the lap times. Gonzalez was better over the longer run.
Right.
So, the 2, it seemed like the 4 is the first third of the run. The 2 was the fastest in the middle third, and the 75 was by far the fastest in that final third of the run. So who knows what's about to happen?
Oh yeah, it's going to turn into an interesting finish.
Bill, you got to give Scott Drake some serious props up front, leading this race. The guy has only 1 win in the IWCR. He won a truck race at IRP. He loves Dover. He comes here and just wants to turn laps and get the best finish he can. And you know what? It doesn't matter how you do it. You're up front. You're leading laps. He's got something to be really proud of there.
Oh, definitely. No matter how you get there, leading the race is always fun, and it's good. Now down to 11.9, 11.8. Boy, he's losing a lot of time now to Thomas Keene.
Oh, yeah, he's going to lose. He's going to continue to lose about a second a lap. He's got about 12 more laps of leading. I wonder if he thinks he can make it, because I'm watching his speeds, and they look like he's clutching or something. I don't hear him clutching. The 9 truck is saving some serious speed and some serious gas. Is there a chance the 9 can make it entire run?
I don't know. Well, he'd been on pit road once, but that was on the one and only caution. And that was way back on, lap 20, what was it, 21 or 23 or something like that? So surely he can't make it 100 laps on a tank of fuel, can he?
I believe he actually did it a second time, but I'm not sure when.
Well,
I'm really trying to figure out where he's at, and I just can't find the numbers. But you can see by his lap times, he is really not pushing that truck at all. He's running 26.2s, and he's only got 20 more laps to go.
I'm not showing him. I'm not showing that he'd been on pit road twice. I'm only showing that he'd been on pit road once.
I could be wrong, but either way, you realize this could be the steal of the century if the 9 truck could make it on fuel.
Yeah.
And he's only got to go 20 more laps.
Wow, it would be awesome to see him win it doing this, but
it really would. In the meantime, if you jump back, the gap is down to 1.8 between the 4 car and the 2 car, and actually Mark Russell has separated a second between himself and Gonzalez. So boy, it'd be something if this race was for second.
Yeah, it would be.
The problem is, as good as Drake is doing, his lap times are going to have to pick up just a little bit, because currently he's losing about a second a lap to Thomas Keene, and there's only 7 seconds between him and the 4 truck.
Yeah, there you go. Ross says it's gas in the roll bar. I think we need to strip down that Toyota. He's got some extra gas in it somewhere.
He's making it work right now. You have to really be impressed with him.
Oh, yeah. I am.
We're almost down to 15 to go.
Keene, 6.5 seconds back.
Mark Russell continuing to catch the 4 car. Looking for any kind of change in positions. So far, nothing really. Scott Hunsinger, he's running up, having a great run. Scott Hunsinger in the 7th position. Charles Granson, 6th. 5th, Nathan Sedlak. I believe I just heard the call. They're bringing the 9 to pit road. I believe the 9 is coming to pit road.
Okay.
No, he's not in. No, correct me here. I was wrong. 9 is still running. He's off behind the 29 car now. He just let the 29 go. And he continues to lead this race. We're approaching 15 laps to go.
And Keene now down to 4.9 seconds behind him.
And only a 1.4 second gap between the 4 and the 2.
And look at Gonzalez closing up on Mark Russell.
Gonzalez is coming and coming quick. That's not good. That's all good news for Thomas Keene. Thomas Keene ran a 267, Russell in 071, Gonzalez in 005. Right now they're running in order from slowest to fastest.
Nathan Sedlake 5th place. Charles Grant 6th. 11 seconds back. Scott Hunsinger 7th. Mike Vining, last night's winner in the Gen 6 series, in 8th. Scott Russell 9th. Calvin Troy 10th. Nick Hunt 11th. Marty Sponsler 12th. Craig Hawkins out of the race 13th. Johnny Reed Foley out of the race 14th. Galen Gidman out of the race.
Oh, we have the 9 coming to pit road. The 9 is hitting pit road.
Oh, yes he is.
There it is.
Oh.
The leader is the 4, so a great attempt by Drake.
Yep.
But now, you can better believe, you can almost see that 2 truck get faster. His eyes just widen up because the race is for first.
Yep. We're right on this. We're not going to miss a lap.
This is going to be amazing, folks. With all apologies to everyone else on track, including Mike Vining, who's going to post his second top 10 in the same weekend. Great, awesome that he won that race last night. But we have a race for the lead, and it is a blanket.
Oh my God! Look at that closure right there that Mark Russell just did on Thomas Keene.
Yes, he did. Drove it in so deep. Oh, you can see the 4 trying to take it so. The 2's trying to move him. And the 75's on him.
Oh,
Here comes Russell to the inside.
Yeah, inside. Keene
Thomas
almost
tried
come
to
down.
shut the door.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Mark Russell for the lead for the first time today. I was going to look here and see he started in 15th. Almost dead last on the field.
He's got the lead. Thomas overdrives the corner. Here comes Gonzalez the 2nd.
Keene back the 3rd. Still a podium finish, though, and you ought to be proud of it. I mean, he led the most laps today with 65 laps. But Mark Russell leads his first lap of the race, 11 to go, coming to 10 to go as they come up on
It's not over yet. I wouldn't don't put anyone's name on anything, because I'll tell you what, Gonzalez might still be able to get up here and get involved in this thing.
Coming up on the previous leader, Randall Drake, but now he's got fresher tires than they do. He may be able to stay ahead of them, and he's a lap down.
Gonzalez now all over the back of Russell for the lead.
Well, this is going to be interesting. 10 to go. Gonzalez all about saving his tires for the end. Mark Russell out there thinking maybe he's got the win, but Gonzalez might have something for him.
I'll tell you what, he's definitely got something for him. The question is, I can catch him. Can I pass him?
That's right. He's going to have to get that nose down under him if he's going to be able to do it in any way. Is he going to save it for 5 to go and just make that charge? Look at him close up.
I've never seen a truck get off turn 4 like Gonzalez, and he's looking to the inside in turn 1.
What a race.
If he can tuck up on him coming out of turn 4, I believe he can take the lead down the front stretch. See him, here he goes. He goes wide. He's going to get this run. Such a run off. Closes in so quickly. Gonzalez might be trying just a little too hard. And the 2 continues to lead. We're getting down to about 5 to go here.
He may have just backed off enough to get them tires cooled off to make one more last attempt at it.
Oh, I think he's definitely going to have a shot at it. Russell's being smooth, though. This is where, you know, having that veteran, the older guy who's been on the game longer, has the advantage.
Here he
Here
goes. He's underneath
Gonzalez
them.
to the inside.
He waited just long enough. Man, he could get that run off of turn 4 so good. Mark a little loose, and that opened the door for Gonzalez to take over the lead.
There you go. Gonzalez has the lead.
5 to go.
What a battle. Now the 2 begins looking for the 75, waiting for that mistake.
Mark Russell, man, oh man, I don't know. He's closing back up on Gonzalez, but I think he's just chewed his tires up.
It's just Gonzalez gets the best run off the corner I've ever seen. And it doesn't matter how good you can go into the corner, when you get that run off down them straightaways. Poor Thomas Keene has to really be upset that they didn't have this thing cambered outright or something to the point that he couldn't keep up over the long run.
Well, I think the race is a pretty much given right now, Johnny. I think it's Gonzalez all the way. I don't think Mark's got anything for him because I noticed Mark slipping a little bit in the turns. And I haven't seen Gonzalez slip.
Anything, Rudy, because I'm watching Mark, and he's running a smooth line. He's not forcing it, and honestly, it only takes a little mistake, and before you know it, you'd have that 2 car right back up your butt. So,
yep. He's still there, 0.4 of a second, coming to get the white flag next time by. Mark's, if he's gonna make a move, he needs to make it now.
Mark's trying. It seems like he's just too tight in the center. Give me white flag. Can Mike bring home a win?
Man, I'm telling you, he's done a great job out there today. He hasn't led a whole bunch of laps. He's going to lead 19 at the end of this, but the most important lap was the last one, and definitely had the truck out there that to beat.
There you go. Let's see if we can hear a little radio.
Off of the 4 and across the finish line, Michael Gonzalez winning here today at Dover. Awesome finish, man. That was awesome. Great racing by everybody tonight.
I figured I'd hear him scream, get all excited.
Well, you'll probably hear him scream in a minute here when we're going to drag him up to the booth with us. Michael Gonzalez, you got a copy?
I got you, Rudy.
Well, I'm telling you, give it to us. Go ahead, scream.
Woo! Yeah!
Well, clearly you had the truck out there tonight. You were so fast. We'd hardly ever seen you slip or anything, and you were so fast off of turn 4. You closed up on Keene. You closed up on Mark Russell. Man, that truck was just on a rail tonight. You could do no wrong.
I don't know. This setup, it was so amazing. The race, I mean, it was slow at the beginning, the first few laps, but after that, it was just unreal. I can't even explain how good the setup was. I don't even know.
Well, it was amazing to see that you racing out there that hard and doing the job that you did. It was just amazing. So, but man, I'm telling you, tell us about the laps that you passed up Keene and Mark Russell. Talk about them.
Well, as I said, the setup was kind of slow for me at the beginning, and Keene had he was just really, really quick on the short run, and just caught up to him, and I don't know what the difference is with our setups, but for somehow I was just able to just get up onto his rear bumper, and us being teammates and all, and Keene being a smart man that he is, knowing that I had Mark Russell right on the back end of me, that he would just let me go and then try and protect it. And then getting Mark Russell at the end of this, I don't know, he would like pull away from me, and then I'd catch him 2/10 a lap, and that's all it was. And 2 laps in a row, I got an amazing run off of turn 4. Tried to pull it off one time and couldn't do it, and then got it the second time, and he just couldn't hold it around the outside. But he was holding it pretty good, and I don't even know. I'm just lost for words right now.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Is this your first one in the series, Michael?
Second.
Awesome, bud.
Yep.
Well, we're going to let you go celebrate here in just a minute, but anybody you want to thank?
I got to thank everybody at Checkers RX, Thomas Keene, especially Thomas Keene, for helping me with this setup tonight. I mean, he's such an awesome man to be around. I mean, just he gives us the best setups that he can possibly do. And then everybody over at All Time, and then back at Charles Grant Jr., Calvin Troy, and sadly Daniel Smallwood wasn't able to make it tonight. But got to give a big shout out to everybody over at the shop, and I got to give a shout out to you guys up in the booth broadcasting this.
All right, thanks, Michael. Go celebrate, brother. Congratulations on your win here tonight.
Thank you, Rudy.
All right, let's see. We got Mark Russell. Mark, you got a copy?
I do. How you doing, Rudy?
Man, tell us about that battle with Michael Gonzalez.
Oh man! First of all, congratulations to Mike on the win. That was awesome racing. He was just a little bit better than me there, Ken. I was just really tight, ran it hard trying to run Thomas Keene down there, and just wore my right front out, and he got the run on me, and I couldn't hold him back, so I took second.
Well, hey, second's good, but you did get out there and lead quite a few laps, 6 laps, so not a bad day. You get some bonus points out of it anyhow. But what did you think of the race here at Dover tonight? 1 caution.
Yeah, I was really expecting more cautions early, but we got the long flag runs there, and my truck was good on long runs, so it was good for me.
Oh, that's good. Well, congratulations on second place, Mark. Well deserved. I know you drove your heart out tonight. You always do, and put on a heck of a show up there, battling it up with Keene and Gonzalez. So, anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, thanks, Rudy. Thank you guys in the booth, man. You guys always do an awesome job. Your new displays look awesome, I'd like to say. And thank Randall for putting this on every week. I'm sure that takes up a lot of time on him. And my teammates, of course, at One Up Motorsports, Scott and Marty, we had our troubles tonight, but it's all good. That's pretty much it, Rudy. Everybody out there watching.
All right, yeah, we had quite a few people in there watching for a while, so thanks again, Mark, and again, congratulations, buddy. Good job out there tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right, that brings us to Thomas Keene.
What's up, Rudy?
Well, tell us about them last few laps and how everybody got by you.
Oh my god, I mean, the setup was amazing tonight when it came to the first 30 laps, and I hit the wall there earlier in the race, and I didn't think it was going to be that much of a difference, especially on that first caution there when we got the damage fixed, or at least got 2 seconds out of the 4 seconds done. I'm like, okay, there's no big deal. And then all of a sudden, I was just trying to pull away, and I started, let me start backing up my corners. And I started doing that very little. And the car, for some reason, was just trying to get really tight. And I don't know why compared to Gonzo. Gonzo was just on a rail tonight, especially that second half, especially when we went to 35 to 50 laps. He was catching me big time. I had a 4-second lead, and then I looked at my relative again. I was down 2 seconds. So I don't know what the setup was. I don't know if it was the damage affecting me, even the slightest damage affecting me. But I know Gonzo had no damage, so I wonder if that could have been it. Or I could have tried a different line. I knew Gonzo was also trying the second groove there, really sliding up there in the end of the run. So I started doing that in that second run, and I was still tight. So I knew I didn't have nothing for them. I was just hoping Drake would pit a little earlier so I can lead more laps, so I can get the most laps led. I don't know if I did. But
yeah,
hopefully I did. Okay, that's good. So I'll take that point then. But it would have been nice to go back to back. It would have definitely been cool. But coming into points later, I know it's early to talk about it, but it's cool to at least get top 3 after the truck was that bad.
Definitely. Well, anyhow, great race out there, and like I said, you pulled away at the first part of the race by a lot, and it just seemed like nobody was going to have anything for you. And then, like you just said, it just seemed like the longer the race went on, Mark Russell and Michael Gonzalez were closing up on you, and they didn't have an issue with you then. And it was just like you had just burnt your tires right up. And I know it was a long run, it was a very long run for you guys, but still put on a heck of a show out there, Thomas. So anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank my Lord God and Savior, Jesus Christ, my dad for watching. I know he's out there watching. I want to thank him. He starts tuning into all my races now, so I got to thank him for staying up. I want to thank everyone else that's watching, my friend Levi, my friend Koalas, my friend Dan. I just want to thank my parents. They helped me out a lot. I cannot thank them enough. I want to thank you, Rudy, for putting on this broadcast. You do every week, dude. You do amazing. Thank you, dude. We appreciate it. Give everyone back at the shop at Checkers and Wreckers. Big shout out to Michael Gonzalez, Calvin Troy, Charles Grant Jr., and Daniel Smallwood. All of them are a great bunch of guys. I want to thank everyone at all time. Michael Libby helped us with the setup tonight. Travis Townsend, Tony DeGennaro, and everyone that makes this Ford truck go around.
All right. Thanks for talking with us, Thomas, and again, congrats on third.
All right, thank you, I really appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to run down through the results here, folks, and we'll get the heck out of here. Michael Gonzalez coming home with a win here tonight at Dover. That was really awesome racing. Mark Russell in second. Thomas Keene third. Charles Grant finishing fourth. Nathan Sedlick fifth. Scott Hunsinger sixth. Mike Vining seventh. Scott Russell eighth. Calvin Troy ninth. Randall Drake coming in 10th. Marty Sponsler 11th. Nick Hunt 12th. Craig Hawkins 13th. John Verga 14th. Johnny Reed Foley in 15th. Galen Gidman dropping out, losing connection again, finishing 16th. Barry Jacobs Jr. in 17th. That rounded out the field. So, but again, congratulations here to our winner. Whoops, wrong one. Our winner, Michael Gonzalez. I just kind of wanted to show you guys here real quick. One caution tonight for 2 laps. And we had 9 lead changes out there, so pretty good. Pretty good race for these guys. All right, again, congrats here to Michael Gonzalez, and that'll wrap it up for IWCR Truck Series for tonight. And we will see you tomorrow night on Twitch with SRA, Sim Racing Authority, on Twitch tomorrow night, MaxSpeedTV. You can catch us at twitch.tv/MaxSpeedTV. We'll be there tomorrow night. Till then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.